I buzzed a little bit about the Florida-Alabama game. Can we go down to Gainesville? I know you guys watched it or pulled from it. You don't even have to see it live now to get it, but we watched the Roman Army. These guys march all over the country, and they usually come out unscathed. I felt like they picked up some scars today. Bryce, your thoughts in watching Bryce Young and Emory Jones and both defenses and all that speed collide today down in Gainesville?
No, I loved it. I loved it. And to your point, man, they got down early. And, with Emory Jones, there's all this, hoopla about, who's the other kid behind you. Trevor and I talked about that a little bit on our podcast this week too. It's tough. It's tough to go out there and prepare like you're going to be the guy, and they're sold out in terms of coaches. They're sold out for you, that you are the best guy to lead this team. So for Emory Jones, man, I thought he played his butt off, man. He did what he needed to do. Threw the ball pretty well most times. And then, obviously with his feet, got him in positions to score. And then, man, they just started, just ticking away. And so anyways, I thought the whole team showed up in the second half for sure. Defense played really, really well. I thought interestingly enough, I thought guys were really timid in the first half, whether that was coming off a UAB game or what. Angles were bad on defense. Guys were catching the ball and kind of like waiting to get hit. It was just kind of weird. And in the second half, man, I felt like they were just like, man, forget this. Let's just go after it. Look, man, not only because, he's got a great name, but Bryce Young, I think, is the truth, man. I think he's going to be really, really good. One play in particular was an incomplete pass, but dude's rolling out to the right, throws about a 45-yard ball on a rope, across his body, which I think is, there's just very few people that can do that. This guy is putting in chips right now that he's going to be able to pull from in the jukebox down the road. And I think he does what he needs to do. I think Billy O's done a great job with him in spring and fall, being able to teach him and administer things for him to go out and execute and not feel like I have to do more. The guy's reading left to right. The guy's throwing a swing pass for a touchdown. That's a check down. Like just things like that. That's growth. That's growth at 19 years old. And the dude's making $1 million out the field too. So I think that test. Yeah, that's right. I think that test down in Gainesville showed a lot of moxie on Bryce's, stance just to get it done. Getting a close game, you're not going to be juggernauts and knock everybody out. In the third round, it sometimes does have to take 12. But my hat's off to Florida because, to your point, on your toes, George, I thought they showed up in the second half and really took it to them.
Hack, what'd you take away from number one getting pushed to the limit like that today?
Yeah, I think so. So I'm going to look at it from both teams' perspective. I think from Alabama's perspective, they obviously came out and did what they wanted to do early. They got ahead, and something that I've seen just watching a Nick Saban and how he ran his organization, how he ran his teams, when they get up like that, they usually take advantage. And today they didn't. So I think that's something that he's definitely going to focus on moving forward. And whether it be that you have a young guy pulling the trigger or not, or whatever he's going to identify, he's going to figure that out. But I thought that was very uncharacteristic of an Alabama team, especially with how strong.
Do you feel like they took their foot off, or do you think that's a sign of the battle and fight from the opposing squad?
So I was going to get to that.
I love, and when Hack gets interrupted, man, he gets he gets hot. He gets hot. This dude texts me off the podcast like if George doesn't shut up, dude. I'm telling.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
I'm catching the next flight to San Diego.
Oh god.
And I'm gonna put these paws on it. Anyway, I was saying, I think, but realistically speaking, you've seen Alabama do that against other teams who were talented, had great coaching, had great schemes, could make halftime adjustments, XYZ. They still found a way to step on the throat, keep their foot on the gas pedal, and go finish the ball game. Mm-hmm. I don't think they did that. So I think from an Alabama standpoint, that's something that they're going to reflect on. And I know that Saban and even Billy O, having been in a room with him, is going to focus on moving forward throughout the rest of their schedule, because they're going to need that killer mentality, finish the game down the road. Now, from a Florida standpoint, I think that's a massive cap tip to Dan Mullen and how they adjusted at halftime, because I thought it was like what Bryce was saying. I thought it was two completely different teams from the first half to the second half. And the only thing you can credit that to is being able to adjust at halftime, seeing what they're giving you, and being able to put your guys in situations to make plays and be successful, both defensively and offensively. And I thought they did a great job with that. And when you have a talented team and a talented roster like you do down there in Gainesville, I think they're going to continue to figure things out. And I'm excited to see the growth and development of that program moving forward under Dan, just because I think it's going to be good for the SEC. The deeper the SEC gets, the more teams that are going to be competitive and consistent. I think that's the biggest thing in the SEC is consistency.
Absolutely.
And the teams that master consistency are always the guys that end up winning that conference. And Urban did it for a while down there. Now you have Nick running it. And you look at a team like LSU, they won a national championship 2 years ago, and now they're scrapping. So it comes down to consistency. So I'm hoping that no moral victories come from losses, but it is a great learning experience, and I hope that it sets them on a trajectory moving forward throughout the next coming years and even through the rest of the season to continue to be a consistent ball team, and they know what they're capable of doing now.
Man, so Alabama gets pushed today, number 1. I remember our first 2 times coming on here and watching Alabama. You just I remember especially them coming out of that Miami game, and we're just kind of thinking, well, who else is going to make their way into the championship game against Alabama? Tonight showed us some different things. First of all, they're not immortal. It's not like they're the White Walkers. They're the Roman army. They're not the White Walkers. So that was eye-opening. And for me, and we talked about this a little bit earlier, Florida, to me, is the 3rd best team in America if they just played the bar. They played the bar. Georgia sits right behind Bama. And then stop me when I name a team that Florida you don't think could beat in a neutral site. Penn State. Ohio State.
I got to ride with my guy.
Yeah, you should have led with that one.
There's one. Ohio State. Is it
next
unfathomable that they couldn't beat Ohio State in the neutral site?
They beat Ohio State.
Cincinnati.
All
respect.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Bearcats are my team, but go ahead and roll. Go ahead. I got to be realistic here.
They're in a puncher's chance with Texas A&M. Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay. Now we're going to start pushing into the top 6. Clemson.
Yeah.
They haven't. Okay. Let's go. Iowa. Hack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oregon. And Oregon had the win of the year last week.
Yeah.
Oregon. If you put Florida and Oregon in a neutral site, can you just close your eyes and say Oregon's got them?
Well, no, I mean, I think Florida talent-wise, though, yes, 1,000%. Florida talent-wise, you can roll them out with anybody, and if they play at that bar, but it goes back to the consistency thing, though. Correct. If they show up and play like they did in the first half, all the teams you just listed, based on what they've done up into this point,
that offense rivals number 5, man.